What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning, yes, Luis King Kong Ortiz. He blasts Kenny Bayless for not giving him the opportunity to continue on Saturday night bout against the WBC heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder. Luis Ortiz stated that, Ortiz was badly hurt, but Ortiz managed to make it to his feet before Bayless count reached 10. Sensing Ortiz was badly hurt, Bayless waved an end to their scheduled 12-round rematch with 9 seconds remaining in the 7th round at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Now, Ortiz says, my only gripe is Ortiz stated that obviously I feel that being a championship fight, it's a grudge match, and the referee probably could have just let it go on. There was 8 seconds left, 7 seconds left. Let's see what happens. If I could recover in the corner, give me the benefit of the doubt. It is what it is now, but I'm very upset that didn't happen because I'm a fighter and I want to know, So, me counterpunching this, I look back at the fight. To me, honestly, I thought he didn't make the 10 count. I mean, he was getting up around 9. I think around when he called 10, he was just getting on his feet. He wasn't still down on the floor. But, if you're whichever referee you are, okay, you can rule that any way you want to. So this is really not a gripe that's accountable for me, really. I mean, Kenny Bayless did what he did. He wasn't the referee in the first fight, so you really can't compare the first fight to this fight. He got decked with a hard punch. He was still badly hurt. And it's up to the ref, man. The same way that Jack Reese can count slower, there's the same way that Kenny Bayless can count faster. If anything, Luis Ortiz should be complaining about how fast he counted. But then again, it still goes back to discretion of the referee. Okay, Kenny Bayless, seeing that he made a call and it wasn't really that controversial. However, there were less than 7 seconds. The 10 count clicked. Okay, when he got hit, all he had to do was get up. That I do agree with Ortiz. He could have recovered in with that minute remaining. But how much? Because Deontay probably would have went out there, more than likely, would have went out there, and then you would have seen that savage bronze bomber that throws those windmills and all types of other dangerous punches, legal or otherwise. Okay, so we don't know. That's the whole thing. Ortiz wanted to know how that was going to go because I can sympathize with him because the first fight he went down 3 times. This fight he went down once. So if you know Ortiz, there's no question about his heart or endurability. You know what I mean? But then we have to take in other factors. What are the other factors? The other factors are we already got 4 deaths in boxing. That's happened this year. Between June and now, there's been 4 people dead. Okay, so we don't want to guess on maybe he could be okay, and then that's on that blood is on the hands of the referee. And Kenny Bayless, if you know anything about Kenny Bayless, he's one of those top referees. He's quoted as Floyd's referee because he always manages to be in a Floyd's fight. You know what I mean? I don't know what the hell that's about. But you can't really argue with him. Ortiz kind of has a point if you base both fights, but again, he wasn't the referee in the first fight. So how does he gonna know what Ortiz is capable of? He just seen a situation where Ortiz got hit. Now, you could look at it, looking at the referee, Kenny Bayless, he could have gave him a shot because the guy was winning every round. You know what I'm saying? You could, if you were reaching, you could look at it like, okay, there's some favoritism going on there because, of course, if we're gonna get controversial, let's go there. Okay, we could say or we could assume that Kenny Bayless he was once a Floyd Mayweather referee, appointed referee in so many fights that it was just crazy. I would rather it be Tony Weeks, honestly. I think they got that flip-flop. I think Tony Weeks should have been the referee because he's a no-nonsense referee. Now, had that happened, I don't think he's biased. I don't think he's bought. I don't think a lot of things because a lot of times he had to correct and restrict and warn Floyd Mayweather about some things that Floyd was doing, you know, especially with the elbow that Floyd used to use in his defense. Okay, so, but Kenny Bayless, you know, we could look at him suspect since he was in so many because that's supposed to be a coin toss on who referees what, okay, and what fights. So we could do that. You know, we could say, well, maybe, you know, that's Al Heyman's appointed referee. Maybe he was just meant to be there. Maybe. You know what I mean? But then again, maybe he wasn't. You know what I mean? Maybe he was just making a call. You know, Kenny Bayless is a very intense referee. He's probably one of the most intense. He's the guy, he had a special where he does like 25 minutes a day, like cardio, like elliptical, to make sure he's in shape to referee properly, you know? So he's one of those guys that take it very seriously. He kind of reminds me of the late Mitch Halpern, if you guys can remember that referee, you know, back in the day. He was a very world-class referee. But we could look at that like that. You know, Ortiz wasn't supposed to win, even though he was winning on all scorecards. We could get controversial. You know, maybe he was looking for that time to, hey, this happened, let me stop the fight. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you didn't beat the count. It's over. Wave the shit off. You know what I mean? Honestly, let's look at it this way, though. In the referee's defense, okay, Kenny Bayless's defense, he could have waved it off when he went down, right? He could have done that because the way Ortiz fell and the way he looked out of it when he was flat on his back. So we could say, hey, he could have done that, but at least he did count. Okay, that's enough I can say for a lot of fighters that didn't get that luxury, you know. But then again, you could bounce back if you're for Ortiz. I'm an Ortiz fan, don't get me wrong, but I try to see both sides. You know what I'm saying? Because Ortiz is saying this, oh, my gripe is he should have let me continue. He could have, because he could have seen, dude, this is the end of the round. Let's see what he does the next round. Let's see what he does round 8. Oh, by the way, give his ass 30 more seconds and see if he's okay. That would have been fair. That would have equaled it out. That's me counterpunching it. You know, I could deal with that. Now, if Ortiz would have said that, though, I would have been 100% for him. However, he didn't. His thing is, oh, well, I got it for the 10. I thought it was kind of close, you know, and it was in that kind of wiggle room where you could call off the fight or not because he didn't get up at 10, like 10, and you got up, you know what I mean? And then, you know, but again, it's up to the referee. But if Ortiz would have said, no, give me a fucking minute to recover, like I was beating the piss out of Deontay in the first fight, then give me 28 more seconds. Do that for me like you did that for him. Then it would have been fair. And if you'd have beat me fair and square, or maybe I would have came back and hurt him and knocked him out, that would have been a different story. But he didn't say that. See, it's like one of those things like your argument, you're arguing for the wrong reasons. It's like someone apologizing for the wrong reasons. No, that ain't what you did wrong. Why are you apologizing for that? Why are you arguing over this? You should have been arguing over that, you know, for that reason. But anyway, Ortiz, you know, he was badly hurt at that time. Does he have a gripe? Does he have an argument? You guys tell me what you think about Ortiz upset and blasting Kenny Bayless. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.